It's time for Sports 56 Happy Hour on Sports 56 and 98.5 FM. Now let's have some fun. Here is your host, Johnny Radio.
Yo. Welcome into a little Sports 56 Happy Hour. I'm your buddy, Johnny Radio. Happy hump day, everybody. And we are busy. We got to talk about them O's, man. A little baseball today. I'm going to talk to y'all here in a few minutes about the Orioles. They play again. Jackson Holliday's been called up. That's Matt Holliday's baby boy. We're going to talk also about some of the top players under 25 years old. There's some ballers out there. There's a couple young guys who have just came up that you might need to know about. One of them is coming up today. And there's three dudes who've been up under 25 that are the next superstars. I think we're going to have fun discussing that with Dacus because he loves a little baseball. So I'm going to jump in some baseball here very shortly. At 11:30, I'm talking wrestling, man. I'm going to be talking about the Iron Claw movie, the Von Erich brothers. I'm going to talk about The Rock, Cody Rhodes, WrestleMania, what's going on with Memphis Wrestling. Dustin Starr is joining us today at 11:30. At 12 o'clock, I got Hardwood because it feels so good. Got some wild, funny stories for you. Wild stories out there. But not only are we doing a little Hardwood, we're going to talk a little bit about some basketball. I'm going to talk about Dan Hurley and some of his comments about the type of players that he goes after. He says he doesn't go after neon players. We'll discuss what neon players are. Then we're going to compare it and talk about how the Tigers, how Penny recruits, the type of players that he's brought in. We'll also talk about just looking at Alabama and Nate Oates, the difference between, quote, maybe a neon player and Javon Quinterly running the show down at Alabama, and you have somebody like Mark Sears running it for Alabama, and they go all the way to the Final Four. We definitely going to talk about the Arkansas hate by the national media. Like, damn, you would have think Cal just took a job coaching that Oakland team where that man's retiring. Arkansas did win a Final Four with the Nolan Richardson back in the day. Eric Musselman made them relevant again. And Cal is going to bring in talent. Now, if you look at Cal and the talent that he brought in more talent in the last 15 years to Kentucky than anybody in basketball. The problem is what he did with that talent. Yes, he won one championship, went to 4 Final Fours. But it's kind of checkered on how you look at what he was able to bring in the talent. It was what he was able to do with the talent. Now you go to Arkansas, you got some billionaires over there. Fayetteville is nice. People are acting like he's going to West Memphis. No offense, West Memphis, but it ain't Fayetteville. Like, can you believe Cal's going to Arkansas? Like, oh my God, what a step down. You remember it's still in the SEC? And by the way, we're just going to get in at 12 o'clock to some college hoops because I got some opinions on Arkansas, Cal, Kentucky, Dan Hurley, Penny. Players, neon players that he discussed. So we'll hit that up. We got some NBA news. By the way, yesterday was a great day in gambling except for one damn game. What were the Celtics doing yesterday?
Resting their guys.
I noticed. But I put my parlay in earlier, but it's a good thing that I pounded the O's yesterday, pounded the Yankees, and the only one I missed was my parlay when I saw what they were rolling out. Bad news, though, for the Bucks. They did win the game. They needed it. Going into that game, they were 1-6 in their last 7 games. They got a big win against Boston, who didn't really play nobody. Didn't try. But Giannis went down with a non-contact injury. And they were scared it was his Achilles. Luckily, it's just a calf strain. But as I was reminded this morning on many of the readings that I've done and the shows that I've watched that Kevin Durant back in the day had a calf injury when he was with the Golden State Warriors. And then short time after he comes back, that's when he hurt his Achilles. You definitely don't want anything like that to happen to Giannis. He's a bowling ball when he comes through, but he's a bowling ball. He's a wrecking ball because those things swing. You know what I'm saying? Like he comes through the lane and then he elevates and then he just crushes you, slams down on you. He's a wrecking ball. He needs everything to be working fluidly. And the Bucks right now, who everybody was already worried about them going into last night, we're going to have to close out the season. The good news is we still got, 10, 11, 12 days before the playoffs start? I think it's inside 2 weeks, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah. Play-ins are next week.
Damn, man, it's flying. So we got a lot of NBA news we'll talk about. By the way, and Grizzlies, they have some news. Trip and Insane Bane Main is not going to be playing anymore the rest of the season. They are officially off duty. They will not be playing for the Grizzlies. They are shutting them down. Good. I think that's great news. By the way, Grizzlies are on the road. They play again today. They play the Cavs. They did have a little basketball game last night, and they didn't play very well. They lost to the Spurs 102-87. Remember when I said, man, if you're going to do it, sprinkle a little something on that Spurs minus the 4.5? Well, hopefully you did. Hopefully you did. I did not. I was very happy with the Orioles and the Yankees, so I was actually kind of chill yesterday. But we got a lot of stuff to get to today. We got Grizzlies news, we got NBA, we got college basketball. People are on the move. But I'm going to start things off and talk a little bit of baseball, people. I'm going to bring up... Oh, and by the way, you know we're day gambling. Did you know that, Dacus?
Oh, of course.
We have a lot of action today. We have day baseball. Games are going all day long, all day strong. If you were excited about gambling on some day baseball games, you got 2 at 12 o'clock. You have the Dodgers and the Twins. And then you have the Phillies and the Cardinals. Damn, bro. Sonny Gray looked good yesterday.
He did.
The Cardinals needed that, didn't they?
Mm-hmm.
Now you got a former Ole Miss pitcher on the bump today for the Cardinals, Lance Lynn. Aaron Nola is going for the Phillies. Phillies minus 35. And the Dodgers and the Twins. Miller is pitching for the Dodgers. And Paddock for Minnesota. Dodgers minus 170. So we got day baseball all over the place. Minnesota and the Blue Jays are at 2 o'clock. Diamondback Rockies are at 2 as well. 2:45. You have Nationals Giants. And then 3, the Rays and the Angels. And then we'll talk later on in the program about tonight's games. But first, I want to talk about some young stars. Baseball is for all the problems that they're having with their uniforms, the baseball is doing a damn good job with developing amazing talent and bringing up young guys. And there's a few young guys out there that you might not know, but we have to talk about. You know, Jackson Holliday is coming up for the Orioles today. That is big news. This is a guy who's been around a major league ballpark his whole damn life. In fact, I was watching this morning video from when he was 3 years old, and his swing when he was 3 was better than mine ever was. like at 3 years old, my little man's out there raking on a pro baseball diamond. Why his dad's Matt Holliday. Remember for the Rockies? So this young fella has been around pro baseball his whole life. Number 1 overall pick back in 2022. So it's just a couple years ago. And he is nasty. Now, you're going to take Jackson Holliday and team him up with another young superstar in Gunnar Henderson. By the way, Gunnar Henderson's only 22 years old. He was the rookie of the year last year. The kid who played third and shortstop. Played amazing defense. Came out of the gate. Couldn't hit his way out of a wet paper sack. First month and a half of baseball, he looked lost at the plate, but he still played Gold Glove level defense. And then all of a sudden, everything started to click. My man ended up winning the Rookie of the Year, hit 28 home runs, drove in 82 runs. His OPS in 150 games was 814. Gunnar Henderson. Jackson Holiday, the O's. The O's. The Yankees do have the best record right now in the American League, 10-2 on the season. Did you know that's the fastest the Yankees have gotten 10 wins in the history of their organization?
Wow, how about that?
Saw that yesterday on a little bit of Quick Pitch. I like the new girl at Quick Pitch, by the way. She's beautiful. How do they find all these beautiful women to work there? Like, damn. I need to, talk to their talent agent. My goodness. I love that show. But my man, think about it. You got Jackson Holiday come up. We're going to see what he can do. He's supposed to be special. You have my man, Gunnar Henderson, who in 10 games has already got 2 home runs and 6 RBIs. The O's are going to get going. They got going yesterday. I expect them to continue that today against Boston. So, Gunnar Henderson, a guy who's already established. Jackson Holiday's on his way up. Another guy, though, who you might not know. Have you been paying any attention to the Brewers at all?
Yeah, of course.
Bro, how good is Jackson Chourio?
He's a good player. He's my preseason Rookie of the Year pick.
Whoa. I heard some people before the season get a little bit loose with their lips and be like, dude, this guy could play like a little Ronald Acuna. I'm like, damn. He went, 70-40 last year?
Yeah.
That's very lofty expectations. I wouldn't put that on anybody. But man, this kid right now, number 2 overall prospect behind Jackson Holiday. I didn't know that he signed an 8-year, $82 million extension before his major league debut. Okay, so I want you to understand what I'm saying. The Brewers organization pulled even an earlier Alex Anthopoulos. Before the man made his debut, just what they saw in AAA, they said, whoa. I think $82 million over 8 years is worth the risk. That's only $10 million a year. $82 million is a lot of money. And by the way, you're a young fella like him. He's 20 years old. Be 28 years old when that contract ends. Still a lot of baseball left in his future. But say he doesn't make it. How many guys come up to the show and don't make it? The Brewers organization is betting this kid doesn't just make it, but he is a stud. Christian Yelich was talking about him and saying that he's just got oodles and oodles of talent pouring out of him. 20 years old. Dude's a freak. Right now he's batting .280. He's hit 2 bombs, has 7 RBIs. This is through 9 games. His OPS is .788. Dude can't even buy a drink, but he's schooling pro baseball. Damn, Jackson Chourio. He's going to be, and by the way, he's very good in the outfield. Another guy who I just am shocked about, he's batting 3rd. And guess whose lineup this man's batting 3rd? It's, batting, there's certain lineups that you're like, man, that's a stacked ass lineup. Go and look at the Rangers lineup. Wyatt Langford. If you haven't heard of the name, start paying attention. 22 years old. He was the number 4 overall pick in 2023. That's right. He was just drafted last year. This year, a year later, my man is batting 3rd for the Rangers. That's ridiculous.
Rangers on my no bet list.
Uh-oh, why? Because you don't trust them right now?
Absolutely not. They lost 3 in a row.
Yeah, they don't. It's hard to trust them. They also lost to Oakland, which is like losing to a minor league baseball team.
Oakland's been playing good ball.
They have. They've won 4 games this year. I'll give them a little bit of love. They still are terrible, though.
Covered every. They've covered. They're like 8-1
With the
against
run
the run line this year. Yeah.
Damn,
So
I didn't know that.
All the losses have been extremely close.
Ooh, I did not know that. But damn, dude, Langford is a bleeping young freak. This guy's got 44 major league at bats and he's already batting 3rd. That doesn't happen in the pros. You know who won the World Series last year, right?
The Rangers.
Yeah. My man's a baller. So the young fellas out there that you really probably don't know, Jackson Chourio, Jackson Holiday, Wyatt Langford. Hopefully, you know Gunnar Henderson, last year's Rookie of the Year. But I'm kind of just talking about the players under 25 who are the next superstars. These are some of the guys you might not know their names that I believe could be superstars. The next Mike Trouts, the Ballers. By the way, Mike Trout tied with Tyler O'Neill for the home run lead.
Mm-hmm.
Boy, Tyler O'Neill needed to just get up out of St. Louis, didn't he?
I guess so.
'Cause he's killing it for Boston. And Mike Trout was tired of sharing the spotlight with Shohei because now he's raking. Damn. But speaking of other young people that have already been in the league, and I want you to think about this. Do you know Julio Rodriguez? And I saw this and I almost fell over. He's only 23 years old.
You didn't know he's only 23 years old?
I knew he was young, but I mean, he's been in the pros for 2 seasons.
Yeah.
The guy's already made the All-Star game.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I mean, he's a 30-30 guy for real. And by the way, he's one of the best center fielders in baseball.
Mm-hmm.
He's 23. He doesn't look like a 23-year-old kid. He looks like a full-grown
You're
man.
right about that.
And, I mean, this dude has already amassed 60 home runs at the big league level. And in 300 games, he's got an OPS of 820. The guy, Julio's a bad man majama. A lot of people compare him to Ken Griffey Jr. I think that is absolutely false. I know he's in a Seattle uniform. You know who he reminds me of?
Who's that?
Andrew Jones from the Braves. Gold glove center field. Could do 30-30. Very, very, very good. Also very good when he was young. Like putting Ken Griffey Jr. on somebody, that's kind of, I mean, that's like you can't put the kid on somebody. It's like, again, saying that Jackson Churio is the next Ronald Acuna. Like there's just, like we got to go a little bit slower. Just a little bit. I really like this. I love Julio. And then
Trash this year. He's been so bad this year.
Well, I wouldn't worry about Julio.
Oh, I don't. He always starts slow.
I was going to say, do you remember he was the best second half hitter, I believe, in baseball?
No, he
after the All-Star break.
He starts slow every year.
He started slow, really slow last year.
And his rookie year, he started really slow. So, I mean, it's what he does, but, I mean, good Lord.
And then don't forget Corbin Carroll.
Mm-hmm. He's from Seattle.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
He's down in Arizona.
I know.
Diamondbacks are confusing. I mean, you know who played in the World Series last year?
The Rangers, John.
And the Diamondbacks.
That's right.
The Diamondbacks are the team that lost, but man, they're coming out a little different this year, you could say.
Yeah, they've kind of struggled this year.
Yeah.
Got to win last night though, which they needed. I've been split on their
Rockies,
jerseys.
bro.
Their jerseys are trash.
All
I
the
hate their
jerseys are trash, bro.
Well, but their color scheme right now it's pathetic. I don't like it.
Did you see my man? What was it? Hunter Green
Yeah, I
for
did.
the Tigers yesterday.
Riley Green.
Riley Green.
Yeah,
Sorry.
he slid into home plate and like completely ripped his pants.
Yeah, man. If he didn't have little sliding shorts on, everybody would have
Was it-
seen all his beans and franks.
That's been the thing. I mean,
Dude, these are big league uniforms,
Right.
and they're like breaking.
someone early in the
See-through,
season
breaking.
Yeah, somebody early in the season hit a walk off and got the water on him, and he was doing his post game
and he
interview.
would look, and you could see his nipples.
Yeah, I mean, you could see his
I know.
thankfully he's wearing an undershirt, but I mean, you could see his like white undershirt with like a Nike logo on. And I was like, what are we doing?
Dude, these are some cheap.
It's bad. And then you see all the pitchers, they'll like step off and they're like wiping their face and they'll do a close up on them. You can just see all the sweat on their jersey. It's nasty.
And this is Nike and what other company?
It's Fanatics. So
and
it's
Nike.
Nike put their brand on it, but the
They're made
jerseys
by
were
Fanatics.
made by Fanatics.
Fanatics
It's bad.
is getting roasted.
And so immediately when everyone was like, yo, these jerseys are awful, Nike was like, "One us, Fanatics did it." And they're like, "No, wait, they have your logo on them." And they're like, "Well, Fanatics made them,
and
though."
we just put our logo on
Stupid.
them. Don't be doing that, man.
I hate baseball.
Oh, don't say that. Don't say that.
I do.
But Corbin
I
Carroll.
hate everything around it.
Corbin Carroll is also a superstar stud. And then we also forget there's a little young guy named Bobby Witt Jr. Another guy who's been around a big league ballpark his whole life. Well, he's already started out this year. He's batting .333, has 9 extra base hits.
He had a
His
triple last night, didn't he?
OPS, yes, is 1.0. .084. Bro is raking. Bobby Witt also signed that massive contract, remember?
Sure did.
11 years, $288 million. He's only played 1 year. He's 23 years old. My man's already got a contract for $288 million. 11 years. So I think these are the guys. Like, this is the 6 dudes that if I had to pick the best 6 young faces of baseball over the next 10 years, I think did I miss anyone?
If you did, I can't think of them
These
right
are
now.
these are the people that you have to know who they are, because they are going to be the next superstars in Major League Baseball. Now, we do have some day baseball going on today. We're going to make some bets. We have Dustin Stars. We're going to sneak on in. Make sure you come to the last segment of this hour, because we will be picking the games. We got Dodgers and the Twins. They go off at 12:10. You got the Phillies and the Cardinals. They go off at 12:15.
Which I think we got to keep an eye on that one. I think there might be some rain in the area.
Damn.
So let me look right now.
And I love one side.
I think I saw a tweet. Yeah, it looks like it's raining right now. But I saw a tweet earlier that said it was raining, but I don't know how hard it's raining. So maybe they'll get the game in. They're going to certainly try, but we'll see.
Well, we know they're going to try. We're going to try to give you some winners, so do me a favor, don't touch the dial. But next, we are going to talk with Dustin Starr about WrestleMania, Memphis Wrestling, the Grizzlies, all that and so much more. Sports 56, 98.5 FM.
Broadcasting from the Family Leisure Studio, we are Sports 56 and 98.5 FM.
Top Gun is the largest indoor range in the Mid-South, but size isn't their only difference. Top Gun has the best instructors with over 300 years combined experience and classes all the way from first shot to master marksmanship. Plus, Top Gun is affordable. Gold membership is just $48 a month. That's just $1.60 a day for unlimited range time, free gun rentals with purchase of ammo, and members lounge access. Top Gun, 2770 Witten Road and TopGunMemphis.com. Always shoot with the best. Top Gun Memphis.
The founders of Bell Tavern, Memphis' perfect neighborhood bar, like to say that Bell Tavern was created to be an adult bar. Obviously, you have to be an adult to drink at any bar, but at Bell Tavern, you are expected to act like one. You can always go to a bar at a chain restaurant to find people that feel compelled to shout when they've had a couple of cocktails and people that want to get wound up about something. Or you could tuck into Bell Tavern in historic Barbaro Alley in downtown Memphis and enjoy great drinks, great food, and great conversation. You know, like grown-ups.
What's holding you back from learning the language you've always wanted to speak?
Too hard.
Takes too long.
Not with Babbel. Babbel's lessons take just 10 minutes a day.
10 minutes isn't long.
Nope. And they're fun.
Fun isn't hard.
Right. Babbel's interactive lessons, podcasts, games, and more make languages fun and engaging. You might even forget you're learning. And Babbel's lessons are built around real life. Babbel teaches language skills you'll actually use, about travel, business, relationships, and more. You'll learn what matters most to you. Plus, Babbel's lessons are designed to get you having real conversations in as little as 3 weeks.
Just 3 weeks? Even better.
Since Babbel's lessons are voiced by real native speakers, you'll get pronunciation just right and be able to carry on conversations with confidence.
Learning a language with Babbel doesn't take long.
And with Babbel, it isn't hard.
It's perfect.
Get Babbel. It starts here. Go to Babbel.com to try for free. That's Babbel.com. Babbel.com. Babbel.com.
Hewlett & Dunn Boot and Clothing Company, we have it all. From handmade Amish leather belts, fine and casual clothing, boots, casual boots, work boots, fancy boots, and even safety-toed boots. Lots of cowboy hats to choose from, even Nebo lights, good-looking duck head dress shirts, duck head caps, shorts, and pants. Tons of jeans from Ariat, Wrangler, Devil Dog, and Kimes Ranch jeans. At Hewlett & Dunn, we have a great selection of Old South t-shirts and caps. Fine clothing from dress to casual to Sunday best. Enjoy choosing from UFO's orthopedic-approved shoes. Hewlett & Dunn Boot and Clothing Company. Boots of every size, every color, every skin. Great quality Western, work, and safety toe boots. Hewlett & Dunn Boots and Clothing Company. 111 North Center Street, Collierville. Hewlett & Dunn. Hewlett & Dunn, serving you and your family since 1961.
Ole Miss Rebel Yell is back. The Rebel Yell Hotline Radio Show is back on WHBQ Sports 56 and 98.5 FM. Every Monday night at 6, hear the latest news on your Ole Miss Rebels with Yancey Porter with 24/7 Sports, former Ole Miss defensive tackle Mike Fitzsimmons, Gordon Ford covering SEC Sports Call, and former Ole Miss baseball announcer Gary Darby. From kickoff to free throw to extra innings, your Ole Miss sports on the Rebel Yell Hotline Show right here Monday night at 6 on Sports 56, 560 AM and 98.5 FM, your Mid-South sports station.
Now you want to get nuts? Come on, let's get nuts.
Now back to Sports 56 Happy Hour on Sports 56 and 98.5 FM. Here once again, Johnny Radio.
Welcome back to a little Sports 56 Happy Hour. I'm your buddy Johnny Radio. Happy Hump Day. Got a lot going on in the world today. Baseball starting at 12 o'clock. 12:10 actually. Dodgers, Twins. Phillies and Cardinals we hope get in at 12:15. Weather is a little bit concerning. Jackson Holiday's making his debut. Grizzlies are shutting down Tripp. Jaren Jackson Jr., that is. And Desmond Bain for the rest of the season. They got killed last night by the Spurs. They play again tonight at the Cavs. Grizzlies got some action. We got some action, especially at the end of the show. But it's time to switch gears a little bit. It's time for us to talk a little bit wrestling. There was this big event, by the way. I don't know if you know about this, Degas, but they had this thing called WrestleMania. Did you know that?
It was crazy, John.
Oh, it was. So you got a little checkity check on it?
Yeah, man. I was watching a little bit, especially that last match Sunday night when they had everybody come out. The Undertaker came out. Oh, he choke slammed The Rock. It was crazy.
Dude.
I feel like I sound like Jay Morgan right now.
Sounds like some fun was happening. What's up, Dustin Starr, the man of Memphis Wrestling?
What is going on? I'm absolutely loving it. Everybody was so excited about WrestleMania. We had 2 packed houses at Dave & Buster's both Saturday and Sunday, and, we had a Grizz game on Saturday. Some guy named Mark Gasol, number 33, he had his jersey retired, kind of a big deal. So I was there, but, man, I was getting all the videos and stuff, so I actually have watched about 75% of night 1 of WrestleMania, and then, of course, we didn't have a game, so I was there on Sunday. But was it not just amazing? Did you see it, Johnny, or did you just see the clips and stuff?
I've seen the clips and stuff, man. I had basketball. I was gambling on left and right, the women's tournament, the men's tournament, and baseball is opening week, so I was buck wild in a little baseball as well.
Man, one of the cool things, if you watched Monday Night Raw, then you heard them say it a million times that it was the greatest WrestleMania of all time. And so this time, they usually say that, right? They say it's always the greatest of all time. But this time, it literally was. It beat all the, attendance revenue and streaming and social and minutes watched and all of that kind of stuff. So all the analytics show that it was the biggest WrestleMania ever. So it was, and it lived up to all the hype. Really, really good stuff.
Dang, man. All right, so you got to help me out right now. So we have a new WrestleMania champion.
Well, new WWE champion, Cody Rhodes. He finished his story. He ended a very, very long 3-year title reign of the tribal chief, Roman Reigns.
My man held that joint for 3 years?
Oh, my gosh. This was like old school back in the Hulk Hogan, Bruno Sammartino days where they hold the championships for years and years. Bob Backlund held the title for years and years back in the WWF and WWF. And so it was kind of unheard of for a guy to hold the title that long and then to beat like the top good guy. It's like Superman getting beat at WrestleMania, and then 1 year later he gets his rematch, and I'm talking about Cody here. He wears the red, white, and blue. He's got the American Nightmare tattooed on his neck, clean cut. I think we were talking about him like he looks like the biggest baby face in the movie, but then also with the right smirk, he could look like the biggest bad guy in the movie or whatever. So he got his rematch. He actually lost. He got pinned by The Rock on night 1 of WrestleMania and then turned around on night 2 and pinned Roman Reigns. But the end of that match, so here's the Booker in me. Johnny, is I'm looking at the clock going, man, it's early. These guys are going to wrestle forever. They must have some really good stuff planned. And so sure enough, they had a really good match. And then at the end, you know, a bad guy would come and try to interfere. And then a good guy would make the save. And then you had, you know, The Rock came out. And then, you know, of course, you had John Cena. And then The Rock takes out Cena. And then The Undertaker's music plays. And, man, Dave and Buster's was going nuts. I could only imagine what it was like in Philly live. But it literally had everything you wanted. What was the one thing that was missing? Does anybody know?
The one thing that was missing from WrestleMania?
Yes. And this is me, like, I'm just, like, trust me.
Vince
it was
McMahon.
The coolest thing ever. Well, Vince was not there, but Linda was there. How about that?
I got something right, though.
You did get it right. Vince is, he definitely was not there. But Linda, Stone Cold Steve Austin, I can't believe he didn't make an appearance somehow.
What happened to Stone Cold Steve Austin?
I have no idea.
He
I'm
was
not sure.
hammering beers and stuff?
Yeah, but again, I don't want to say, oh, man, there was no Stone Cold. Because that WrestleMania literally had everything. It was so good, night one and night two. And then the very next night on Monday Night Raw, they were still in Philly. And they had opened up so many seats that WWE did not have a Jumbotron, which I thought was really cool. So they're selling so many seats at this point that they just took out the Titantron, opened up more seats, and sold them.
Wow.
Yeah, business is rocking and rolling for WWE right now.
I do know that Jason Kelsey made an appearance at WrestleMania.
He did. He came out in a famous Eagles-colored Rey Mysterio mask and made the save and kind of helped Rey Mysterio out. That was huge. There were a lot of celebrities there. I wish I had the list in front of me, but I think Drew Barrymore was there. Of course, Snoop Dogg, and he appeared on camera, did some commentary, and he is hilarious. And we've definitely entered a different zone in WWE now because there's a lot of adult language. You know, there were some alcoholic adult beverages that were being advertised. And I don't know if you guys noticed that or not, but there were a lot of advertisements around the ring and smack dab in the center of the ring. So that's a whole different revenue stream that WWE has never had because they've never sold, you know, the ring mat or the barricades outside the ring and, you know, logos on the ring skirts. But if you go back and watch it, I don't even know if you noticed, but there were product placement all over the place, advertisements all over the place.
Getting them dollars, man.
Get them dollars.
God,
man.
So 2-day event, it absolutely went awesome. You had Jason Kelsey, who retired from the Eagles at WrestleMania. I don't know if he's ever going to come back and wrestle. That sounds like a pretty good career. He was pretty good, I heard. But then they had Logan Paul. So he's actually really good at wrestling.
Yeah, he successfully defended the title, the United States Championship.
So,
I was actually just doing some YouTube research, looking him up. He's the first one that pops up on Google, man. He is something else.
Dude, how is he, like, gone from, I mean, how did he, I mean, is it just because he's good? Is it because he's a Paul? Like I mean, he's a champion.
Well, yeah, I mean, he's very athletic. So he picked up on the actual wrestling part of it, you know, pretty quickly, it seemed. But also, he's in really good shape. He's an athlete. He's physically fit. Easy for me to say. He's shredded. He's got a six-pack. He looks awesome. And one of the things about it is he can talk. That's like the whole package. You look good. You talk good. Your gear is good.
And he's got 23 million subscribers on YouTube.
Man, and you have an audience already. So you're literally bringing 23 million. I think he has another account, too, that has 5 million or so.
He has also, this is crazy. It says Logan Paul, whose YouTube channel has now amassed almost 6 billion views, or at 5.9 billion views on his YouTube channel. Damn, bro.
Incredible. That's incredible. So, I mean, you're talking about a guy that literally has it all. He even brings his own audience with him. And he brings a company that's now spending money, advertisement dollars, because he owns Prime. Prime had the logo in the center of the
energy
ring.
Drink?
Yeah. I mean, like, what else can this guy do? But he's literally the perfect wrestler if you look at it all those different ways. And he's really good. He did a fantastic job, and people hate him.
Man,
they react to him. They hate this guy. I'm thinking, why doesn't his brother stop trying to fight Mike Tyson and go tag team with him? You know what I mean?
Man, I don't know, dude. I feel like his brother might be losing his mind. I know Tyson is like almost 60 years old, but I'm still scared of Mike Tyson.
Man, I wouldn't fight Mike Tyson Well, hold on. How fast is he? Because I would say I would run around the ring. And I would never get in the ring with Mike Tyson. That's insane. But I think his brother is missing the boat here. You know.
Well, damn, Mike Tyson's 57, Logan Paul's 27. They're a 30-year age difference. I mean, Jake
Paul. Oh, my
Paul.
gosh, 27.
He gets 57.
How young.
Dude, I know. Damn.
Jeez. Yeah, Logan Paul had a heck of a WrestleMania. He's making these moments, too, that will live forever. All those clips that we see at the beginning of Monday Night Raw, you know, he's going to be in some of those clips.
That's wild, man. Now, you got to do me a favor, man. What's been going on with Memphis Wrestling?
Man, we are nearly sold out for April 21st. So if you guys are kind of holding off before you get your tickets, I would go to memphiswrestling.tv right now and get them. Use the code word BUFF, and you will save $5 per ticket. I tell you, every week, general admission's $10, ringside's $15. That means you get in the house for $5. Buff Bagwell is going to be there. And what's so cool about this is his episode of Dark Side of the Ring just aired a couple of weeks ago. It premiered. And so, yeah. So, man, there were some crazy stories. A lot of them we knew, but then some of them were brand new. I have a brand new interview out with Buff. It's at, if you go on YouTube, look up Grind City Media or grindcitymedia.com/podcast, and you'll see the interview with Buff. He talks about whether he's ever going to get back in the ring again. He's coming back to Memphis on April 21st. One of my favorite wrestlers, Johnny, Buff Bagwell. So he's coming. And then next Saturday, April the 20th, we're going to be in Little Rock. So it's the Arkansas Travelers baseball team. They're bringing us in for wrestling night. So you got the 20th and the 21st. We're back-to-back next week with Memphis Wrestling.
Whoa, that is huge. By the way, since you're doing April 20th in Little Rock, that's on 420. Is he going to be Puff Bagwell?
Man, that is so awesome. I'm going to steal that. Check this out. Muck Sticky's going to be in town, right? On 420. And so he hit me up, and he was going to put me and Maria on the VIP list for his 420 concert. Like, oh, no.
I'm going to be out of town.
Be in Little Rock. Oh, my gosh. I was heartbroken. And so I asked him, if he's going to, when does he fly back out or whatever? And he wasn't going to be in town long enough, and he had something else going on, or else we would bring him to the Wrestle Center on the 21st. But you mentioned 420. What's better than getting invited by Muck Sticky to come hang out at his concert?
That's what I was thinking. Nothing. That is special right there. Man, that is special. Oh, my Lord, my Lord, oh, my Lord. Now, you have the big event on the 20th in Little Rock. Then you got to be back here for Sunday because you got a show to put on, correct?
Yes, it's a 4:05 first pitch. So we'll get out of there a little bit early, and then we'll be down here. Of course, 12:30 VIP, 1:45 bell time on the 21st. But I do urge you, get those tickets in advance, memphiswrestling.tv, because it is going to be a packed house.
Are you also doing a watch party Sunday night?
Yes, yeah, actually, man. So
Goodness
when we
gracious,
leave there,
man, that is a packed weekend.
I know. We literally are going to have power cards. So Dave & Buster's hooks us up with power cards. Those are the $10 game cards, and they're free for people that come and watch wrestling. So you know what I'm thinking. I'm drinking a beer, the kids are going and playing games, and I'm watching wrestling.
Perfect.
So after we leave, we're going to hook people up with game cards at the wrestling show at Memphis Wrestling, and then head over to Dave & Buster's after that. Now, the cool thing is this is like a $60 pay-per-view that you can get free at Dave & Buster's. And it's AEW Dynasty. It's their first one ever. The card looks really good, too. AEW is doing some pretty cool stuff, but, man, WWE right now is just unbelievable, especially after WrestleMania weekend.
Man, dude, there's all kinds of stuff going on in wrestling, and you know what's kind of cool, Dustin? I've actually been dipping my toes in a little bit of wrestling stuff because I'm giving away the Iron Claw. I'm going to send you a copy of the Iron Claw to watch it. I don't know if you've heard, but this is about the Von Erich brothers.
Please do. Hey, man, I've been wanting to see this, Johnny, and I'm so busy I couldn't go to the theater. And I know that sounds like an excuse, but man, I'm doing baseball and basketball and wrestling. I can't. So, yeah, man, I would love to see it. I've been dying to see it.
Well, I'm glad that you know about the story about the Von Erich brothers. By the way, you know Adele. She said it was her favorite movie of the year. I don't know if it's just because Zac Efron's in that and she's got the eye candy, but like they said, the story, she was in tears. It's also got Emmy Award winner Jeremy Allen White, the guy from Shameless Lip.
Yeah, hey, Zac Efron is he is shredded in that movie. he got in some really, really good shape for that movie. Also, former AEW World Champion MJF is in that movie.
Oh, no kidding?
Yeah.
Man, I heard this movie makes grown men cry.
If you're a wrestling fan, and a Memphis wrestling fan too, because the Von Erichs and there was Texas and Memphis and all this stuff. Jerry Lawler wrestled Kerry Von Erich. So I mean, there's a lot of history there. Absolutely, man. Growing up watching the Von Erichs and the Freebirds and Sportatorium, and then there was some crossover with Memphis. So man, yeah, heck yeah.
And then
a very sad story. All of those guys committed suicide.
I know. That's what I was gonna say. That's what I was gonna say. Like that's the grown man part that's gonna make. Like at the end of the movie, they say is gonna make you absolutely bawl. Like
Kerry Von Erich was the most famous one. He was the Texas Tornado in the WWF, and he won the Intercontinental Championship. He wrestled Ric Flair. I mean, Kerry Von Erich was a huge deal, and he took his own life.
Man, that's terrible.
You know the Ultimate Warrior's physique?
Yep.
Basically Kerry Von Erich's physique.
Damn.
Dude looked like $1 million, had it all. I think he had a motorcycle accident and lost part of his leg. Came back, Johnny, with literally had one leg, but then the other, I think from the knee down, was like prosthetic, and nobody knew it. He literally kept that a secret and still competed and won championships and everything. It's a crazy story, and that's just one Von Erich, and you're talking about the entire family.
Dude, this is going to be I can't wait to watch this movie. I'm going to send you, by the way, y'all can all get the copy. You can get the Blu-ray and DVD now from A24 and Lionsgate. Heck, you can just talk into your phone. To your remote control, pops up, bam, it goes right there to purchase. I think I saw it yesterday for like $8.99. Just go get that bad boy. You'll love it. I'm going to send you a copy of the Iron Claw, Dustin. Before we get out of here, man, how was last night? That was a little rough, wasn't it?
Yeah, we got our butts kicked last night. We had fun in the arena. We had a lot of fun.
Always fun inside the arena.
Yeah, it was cool. I got to work with Rob Fisher. He came Autism Awareness Night, and so he was dropping some knowledge on us. And it's always cool when the TV guys come over and work in game ops with us. Saw Pete last night. Pete did such a great job at the Marc Gasol jersey retirement. I was just talking to him for a second last night, and he had an earpiece. He said, I was hearing these guys talking. I was hearing this guy talking. The production was crazy, but then also I had to deliver this speech. And I'm like, oh my gosh, Pete, you knocked it out of the park. But yeah, so we've got baseball this week, and then we finish up Grizzlies this week. So the Lakers are in town on Friday, and then we finish up with a Sunday daytime game with the Grizzlies at FedEx Forum. I'm looking forward to that because I think Reese the Beast is going to be able to come out. My 3-year-old.
Dude, that's going to be awesome. By the way, back to the Marc Gasol, though. That was special. And everybody and their grandmother showed up. Hell, Mike Conley was on the West Coast and still somehow made his way out here to be there. Zach Randolph. That was really a nice night.
It was great. I was able to introduce 8-Ball and NJG with DJ Paul. Come on. That was crazy. Al Capone was there. Just to be a small part of that night, it was fantastic. And we got our butts kicked, but I think
everybody was still celebrating.
Man, 13,000 people stayed for the jersey retirement afterwards. It was a packed house. Nobody left. They were all there for Marc Gasol, which I thought was awesome.
Speaking of Fish, Rob Fisher, one of my favorite tweets from the week was him tweeting out the first picture he ever took with the Grizzlies and the last picture he ever took for the Grizzlies.
Yes. Oh, my gosh, what a difference.
What a difference, man. He looked like a baby. His hair he was a chubby baby when they picked him up. And when he left, he was a full-grown ass man.
We don't really talk about it enough, but man, all those guys are so cool. Pete Pranica, Brevin, Elliot Perry, Eric Hasseltine. I'm going to leave somebody out, and that's going to suck. Rob Fisher, they're all so cool and nice. And then the players,
don't forget Chris. He's going to get mad at you.
Yeah, well, I left him out. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just totally kidding. Roser, I saw him last night. He was talking about CJ. WrestleMania. But even when CJ, even when we're down doing the pregame with Casamigos, Santi Aldama, Gigi Jackson, all these guys coming and signing autographs and just taking times with the fans. And it was really, really cool. So I'm glad you brought that up. The whole atmosphere down there, win, lose, or draw, is just always so fun and motivating,
It's always fun, though, checking out Memphis Wrestling on Sunday. So everybody make sure you go get your tickets. I'm serious. Go get your tickets. All you have to do, man, is real simple, Dustin. Tell them how they do it. They just go to MemphisWrestlingTV.tv, right?
MemphisWrestling.tv, that's it. Watch us on Saturday. It's our spring break episode presented by Hempville CBD. It is awesome. Lots of action. April 21st, you better be there because Buff Daddy is going to be in the house. And you know Buff is the stuff, right?
That is the truth, brother, man. Dustin, be blessed, homie. We'll do it again next week.
You too. I appreciate you guys.
Man, oh yeah, that is Dustin Starr. We're going to take a quick timeout. Don't forget, we got to put in some bets on the other side. We got 12 o'clock baseball, Sports 56, 98.5 FM.
We are real sports talk. Sports 56 WHBQ. Available on your radio dial at 560 AM and 98.5 FM, as well as around the world online at sports56whbq.com. Take us with you everywhere by downloading the Sports 56 app. And at home, just say, Alexa, play Sports 56. Wherever you are, stay tuned in to Real Sports Talk. Sports 56 and 98.5 FM.
You've been having a good time at Mugshots Grill and Bar in Olive Branch. Soon you'll be having a good time at a brand new Mugshots. Mugshots Grill and Bar is opening their first Tennessee location at 656 West Poplar in Collierville, where you can try one of Mugshots' 19 specialty burgers, including the Mugshot Burger. Finish it in 12 minutes and it's free, plus you get a free t-shirt. So cheers to great food, good drinks, and fun company at Mugshots Grill and Bar, where you're always having a good time.
This is hard to believe, but the Hyundai Santa Fe is actually better? I know, that's crazy, isn't it? The 2024 Santa Fe is new, top to bottom, and even better than before. It's almost as big as the Palisade, so roomy, and now it's got a standard third row. Everybody's clamoring for that. And it's the best SUV when it comes to the ride than ever before. You know how with SUVs you love it because you're sitting high, but you don't get that luxury kind of ride like a sedan? You do with the 2024 Santa Fe. It's the best riding SUV ever, and it's quiet. It's the ultimate family car. All you've got to do to be sold is to test drive it. The people at Homer Skelton Hyundai are saying, come try it. You'll love it. Homer Skelton Hyundai, right at the corner of Highway 78 and Craft Road. First exit in Mississippi. Go see the ultimate SUV, the 2024 Santa Fe.
Bartlett Small Engine has been serving quality power equipment since 1970. They have a full line of power equipment, parts, and services for most makes and models. Bartlett Small Engines has the best brands in the power tool industry, and they're all American made. Bartlett Small Engine is your can-do store. 6780 Summer Avenue. Call 901-386-9779.
Bartlett Small Engine has free pickup and delivery both at your home and curbside for lawnmowers, blowers, edgers, and any small engine. Call 901-386-9779.
Looking for sports in all the wrong places? Try the Owner's Box Sports Bar and Grill in Lakeland Town Square. Fun, friendly, exciting, and comfortable with wall-to-wall TVs for all your favorite games, 24 taps for all your favorite beers, including NA and local craft beers, and an in-front-of-the-wall full bar for all your other favorite beverages, including a full wine list. Add in an upscale menu, patio seating, daily specials, and events, and you found all your sports in the one right place. The Owner's Box Sports Bar and Grill in Lakeland Town Square, Highway 70.
The only power source capable of generating 1.21 gigawatts of electricity is a bolt of lightning.
Now, back to Sports 56 Happy Hour on Sports 56 and 98.5 FM. Here once again, Johnny Radio.
Welcome back to a little Sports 56 Happy Hour. I'm your buddy, Johnny Radio. Hope you're having a wonderful hump day. I know I am. We got baseball that's getting ready to start. We got the Dodgers. We got the Twins. We also have the Cardinals and the Phillies. Do we know if the Phillies and the Cardinals are actually going to start on time?
Yeah, I think they're going to try to give it a go.
Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. It is a little dangerous, but I'm telling you right now, I like the Phillies. I think the Phillies is a great bet against the Cardinals. You know, the Cardinals won yesterday. Sonny Gray, you got to give him a lot of credit. Dude pitched his little tail off. I think the Phillies get a bounce-back game. Cardinals are who they are. Sorry, Bush. I think Lance Lynn's going to get rocked. I don't think Aaron Nola is all that much better, but I do like Philly's lineup much better than I do like the Cardinals. I think they get back on the right side, and that number minus 130 is too tempting for me not to take. Twins and the Dodgers. This one's a little more complicated, okay? We are hoping, and we are praying, but we are hoping. Like, I can't lay 180 right now, Dodgers with the Twins, as bad as their bullpen is. I mean, I'm thinking about possibly the first 5, but then I also forget, Miller, he could go south. I know the Twins strike out a lot. They struck out 14 times when they shoot. What is he? It's Glasnow?
Yeah.
God, dog. But if they can put the ball in play, there's a breeze blowing out, nice weather in Minnesota. If you can get 2 innings, because Paddock is a very good ground ball pitcher, especially the first time through the lineup. The Dodgers' top 3 hitters right now, you know who they are. They're all superstars. They're all MVPs, and they're all hitting over 350. Teoscar Hernandez just keeps driving in runs. This Dodgers team can score. I'm hoping they don't score the first 2 innings. By the way, I said the Dodgers bullpen and the Twins bullpen, they don't have Duran yet. Everybody's out of place, and they're also all terrible. The Dodgers bullpen is terrible. I think there's a lot of runs late in this game. So I'm trying to get through 2 innings with no runs. That total comes down from 9 to, say, 7. Jump on that junt because with the weather, with wind blowing out. So we're just trying to get a couple scoreless innings, and then when the over goes down, what do? We pounce on it. Both bullpens are terrible. Both teams, second and third time through the lineup, are awesome. I like the over at a discounted rate after 2 innings. I think Miller and Paddock can get through the lineup. First 2 innings pretty much unscathed. I also like that it's an early game. I don't know if you know baseball players. They like playing at night. They're kind of night owls, you know what I'm saying? So we're going 2 innings. After the first 2 innings, we get no runs. Pound the over. We also putting a little bit on the Phillies. We got more bets later on in the show. We're going to jump all over some baseball. We got action everywhere. There's also NBA action. I think this is the worst time of the year to bet on the NBA. Like, did you see what Boston did yesterday? They laid down.
That's right.
Like, you don't know who cares. You don't know who does care. You don't know what's going to happen. I mean, the Cavs, did you know that they are 19-point favorites over the Grizzlies?
I did. I saw that. Yeah.
Like, you getting 19-point favorites? Now, I know they ain't playing Bane, Maine, and I know they ain't playing Tripp. But, like, how do you get up? Like, if you're the Cavs right now.
Good question.
Guess maybe. What do you? I really don't. I mean, it's like to see that line, 19.5 points, has me scratching my head.
Mm-hmm.
That's a lot.
Sure is.
They did get killed last night by the Spurs, though, at home. Wemby didn't even do anything all that super special, did he?
Nope.
Well, we got a little bit of basketball we're going to talk on the other side. Let me remind you, we have Cal going to Arkansas. It is official. Happened last night. You got the opening at Kentucky. You have Dan Hurley dropping some knowledge on people and let him know behind the scenes what kind of type of player he goes after. We'll also compare that to what's going on in Memphis. We'll talk about the difference between a JQ and Mark Sears. We're going to do a little bit of basketball on the other side, plus the 1230 wet Hardwood because it just feels so good. But I got to remind you, you want to look good? Just go to Frontier Western Store, 5880 Goodman Road down in Olive Branch. They got you covered head to toe. They got your kids covered head to toe. They got your girl covered head to toe. They got a ladies' boutique, a children's department, a men's section, and the largest boot showroom around. Not only do they have the largest boot showroom, they have like Hey Dude shoes. They have all kinds of gear for your feet, for your head, for your back, for your pants. They got it all. Frontier Western Store, not only down in Olive Branch, but you can shop online at frontierwesternstore.com. Back into Shake Sports 56, 98.5 FM.
And if the dam breaks open many years too soon, and if there is no room upon the hill.
Hi, folks. It's Bob Burkheimer for Sunrise Buick GMC Truck. What a great time to buy a new or used car or truck and save money at Sunrise. The largest selection in over a year, over 500 new Buicks and GMCs to choose from, an $8 million used car inventory. See them all at sunrisememphis.com. Factory rebates up to $6,000 and Sunrise discounts high as $10,000. Immediate financing available with loans low as 0% on select models. Cars and trucks under $10,000. When it comes to selection and savings, it doesn't get any better than this, partner. Come on in and save some money at Sunrise. Coming to Pike, Wolf Chase, and Collierville.
Are you aware? It's patio season. Family Leisure sure is. That's why they have factory direct pricing on swimming pools, spas, and even, yes, patio furniture. Yes, sir, it's indeed patio season. So come by Family Leisure and check out all the brand new 2024 patio furniture sets. And with patio season here, you know that pool season will be here before you even know it. So buy now to get in line for your pool installation and get pre-season pricing. Plus, you could save $1,000, $2,000, $3,000, even up to $5,000 on all spas and swim spas. Family Leisure has got special pricing on all in-stock saunas, theater seating, pool tables, and even outdoor kitchens. I love it when it's patio season because of all the fantastic deals that Family Leisure makes available just for you. Family Leisure, Whitten Road at I-40, where family and fun come together.
Hey, what's up, everybody? This is your buddy Johnny Radio. I'm here with Mark, the owner of Dyer's, out in Collierville's historic town square, where they've been cooking up them burgers since 1912, the old-fashioned way. Mark, what's going on in life? I see you got your 4 kids with you. What do they love about Dyer's?
Man, they love everything about Dyer's. They love all the great food that we serve, and they really like eating our good food and watching some of their favorite sports.
Braden, what do you like at Dyer's?
I like a bacon burger with fries, a milkshake, and with a Tigers game in the background.
Carter, who's your favorite football team?
The Carolina Panthers, and just with some macaroni with that sounds amazing.
My man Beckham, what's your favorite food over at Dyer's?
We like the double cheeseburgers.
Kinley, what is your favorite dish over at Dyer's?
Daddy's cheeseburgers and the Dallas Cowboys game in the background.
Just remember, everybody, bring your family, bring your friends, bring your team out and eat at our place.
So head on over to Dyer's in Collierville's historic town square.
The truly brilliant all-electric EQE SUV from Mercedes-Benz features some of the smartest tech ever to grace 4 wheels. With Dynamic Select, you can fine-tune hundreds of vehicle settings to precisely match your driving style and in available off-road mode. Transparent hood lets you see through sheet metal to steer clear of bumps and potholes directly beneath you. A 360-degree array of cameras and sensors constantly alert you for danger, while 64 color ambient lighting lets you fully customize the ambience inside the spacious cabin. The EQE SUV is so smart, even the headlamps are thinking. Optional digital light technology projects navigation markings and warnings onto the road ahead as you drive. The vehicle's all electric. The feeling is all Mercedes. Test drive the EQE SUV today at your local dealer or learn more at mbusa.com/EQE-SUV.
Hi, this is Troy Fivesh, owner of Fivesh Roof Services. If you need a new roof for your home or business, we hope to hear from you and will work hard to earn your business. We are experts and certified in residential and commercial roofing, siding, and gutter installation. I have been serving the Memphis area for over 20 years, and now with 2 of my sons working with me, we plan to be here for years to come. So if you need a roof, please give us a call. On a personal note, what a great time it is to be a Memphis sports fan. With the Grizzlies and the Redbirds and 901 FC, not to mention Tigers football and basketball, it's going to be a fun year. Thanks to Coach Silverfield and Coach Hardaway and their staffs for their dedication to the student and athletes, the University of Memphis, the City of Memphis, and us fans. Five Ash Roof Services, a proud partner of the Memphis Tigers and the official roofer of the Tigers home team. Five Ash Roofing, fair, honest, and ethical. 367-0050 or memphisroofer.com. 367-0050 or memphisroofer.com.
Five Ash Roofing, it's what we do. We're here for you.
We are Sports 56, WHBQ Memphis, and W253DF Memphis. Flynn Broadcasting Stations.
Oh, yeah. Now you want to get nuts? Come on, let's get nuts.
Now, back to Sports 56 Happy Hour on Sports 56 and 98.5 FM. Here once again, Johnny Radio.
Welcome back to a little Sports 56 Happy Hour. I'm your buddy Johnny Radio. Happy hump day, everybody. We got some day baseball going on. Hopefully you heard in the last segment. You got a couple minutes. You can still get it in. We are going to take Phillies. I trust Aaron Nola more than Lance Lynn, even though he pitched at Ole Miss. And I trust that Phillies lineup to actually finally get some runs. They were terrible yesterday. Cardinals got the dub. But I like the Phillies today. 12-15, that was the first pitch. And then the Dodgers and the Twins, we're hoping no runs in the first 2 innings. That total of 9 goes down. We get it like over 7. Both bullpens are terrible. Both teams can hit the long ball. The wind's blowing out. We're going to try and get 2 scoreless innings and then pound the over. Those are the first 2 games that we're going to play. Now, we're about to talk a little bit about some college basketball. The Cal situation, the Kentucky stuff, it still has me fascinated. More stuff has been coming out. It's finally official, him in Arkansas. We're also going to talk about Dan Hurley, his comments about neon players, Penny, what he does. We got all kinds of good stuff to get to, but I wanted to remind y'all of something that I think's, is kind of important. April 20th is World Wing Fest. Did you hear what I just said? World Wing Fest on 4/20. It's downtown at River Garden Park. That's right, River Garden Park. You can head on down there. It's simple. It's downtown by the river. Easy peasy. Life is good. And guess what? All the proceeds go and help out the Ronald McDonald House. How do you get your tickets? Well, I'm glad you asked. WorldWingFest.com. You go get their general admission tickets. They're $15. Buy a few for your friends. Again, the proceeds go to the Ronald McDonald House, one of the best charities in Memphis. There's $10,000 in cash prizes for all the teams. There's $25,000 in cash prizes for the teams that have been competing for 5 years. There's going to be a whole lot of fun down there. Plus, there's going to be 2 stages, 2 bands playing, different bands on different stages. It's going to be just so much fun. Again, you're going to have a great time, and the sponsors are awesome. Big thanks to RS Financial Group, ATC Fitness, Corky's, Power Transportation, man. They have just some great sponsors. We're going to be down there in the VIP tent, by the way. You can get the $150 tickets. That includes a fully catered tent, all the food you can eat, and then all the Tito's you can drink, man. They'll have more alcoholic beverage, but why would you go with anything other than Tito's? I'll be down there. T-Money, Brasky, Red, Pretty Chris. We're going to have a lot of fun. So it's the World Champion Wing Fest. It's the World Championship Hot Wing Festival and Contest. So, yes, it's a festival. It's a contest. It's a lot of fun, and it's all benefiting the Ronald McDonald House. Get your tickets today, worldwingfest.com. All right, Mr. Dacus, some news was breaking yesterday. I'm sure you and Brett probably talked about it. It is now official. Cal is going to Arkansas. We've been talking about it since Sunday night. It was made official yesterday. Some more stuff is leaked out. And there's just some stuff that I feel like is going on, like that people are spewing that I just feel like is completely false. And it all has to do with how big of basically a desolate, terrible part of the country that he's going to. Can you believe he's going to Arkansas? I can't believe he's going to Arkansas. Yes, Kentucky is one of those programs that has been the creme de la creme. And for Big Blue Nation, which is annoying as hell, they have a whole lot of support. But according to the AP report that I was reading this morning, Kentucky's NIL initiative only for basketball, because they have, of course, they pool all their money and they divvy it up. But then they also have a small collective that is, their goal is to raise $1 million a year. As of right now, at this moment, their goal of raising $1 million, they've only met $50,000. They don't have their coach. Cal is taking that whole number 2 recruiting class in the country to Arkansas, people. And again, Arkansas is in the SEC. Eric Musselman brought them back. And it's the NIL era. Who's got more billionaires? Kentucky or Arkansas? You got the Waltons. You got Tyson Chicken. You got Jerry Jones. Those three dudes by themselves could fill up that $1 million NIL initiative at Kentucky. But the problem is they're Arkansas people. You bring Cal over. You and that whole fan base in Arkansas is so freaking excited. My man has been to Final Fours with Memphis, with UMass, with Kentucky, has a chip. They're going to spend money. They're going to be elated. Their football program is terrible. All eyes on hoops. I think this is a great situation for Cal. I'm not saying 100%. I'm not saying like he's going to make a Final Four. I'm not saying he's going to win a championship. But you know who's going to be excited if he makes a Sweet 16? Arkansas fans are going to be elated. God, he wins a chip, he'll go down as a legend. And again, Cal knows how to get guys to the NBA. His time at Kentucky. Do you know how many young fellas he sent to the NBA?
A ton. He had, 35 first-rounders?
30. I thought it was 37. Maybe it was...
Might be 37.
35, 37.
Tomato.
Correct. He sent more first-round picks in the NBA over his 15-year span than any other coach in any other program, period. Now, again, it is interesting that with all that talent that Cal, brought, he went 4-10, 123 in 15 years. That's 77% winning percentage. That's about 27 wins a year. Problem is he had one title, 4 Final Four appearances. Kentucky fan, Big Blue Nation, was not accepting that. Now, the last 4 years, these early round exits been terrible. But Arkansas, he goes down there and wins 27 games a year and makes it to the Sweet 16. They're going to go banana sandwiches. And guess what? Kids these days like money. They love it. Who doesn't love money? Who out there right now is like, nah, man, I'm good. Keep your money, bro. I don't need it. Everybody wants more. Still want more. More money, more money, more money. Cal's got more money. The Arkansas fan base is going to be able to change. And again, this is where you look at Alabama with Nick Saban. He's gone. One of the reasons why? Because of the way the game's changed with NIL. Like now he can't it's not just about him getting people to the league, winning national titles. It's about how I got to pay this player and I got to re-recruit this player and do all these things. And guess what? Alabama's probably not going to have as much money as some of these other schools in the SEC. Yes, they're going to have a ton of money. But now like the playing field is a little bit level. And it doesn't necessarily always have to do with just the blue blood programs. Because I'm telling you right now, over the next few years, I think Arkansas might be better than Kentucky. Bringing Cal in, buku amounts of cash, $6 million already guaranteed. Are you kidding me? Now the question is, does Cal bring in the right type of players? Because one coach out there has figured out the recipe, and that's Dan Hurley. And it all ties in with Kentucky and Cal because all the reports coming out of Kentucky right now, especially if you saw some of the stories about, Cal coming back to Kentucky and basically asking for a raise if he was going to stay. Did you hear that story?
Mm-hmm.
That's insane to me. Like that really is insane. Like Mitch Barnhart is the athletic director for Kentucky. When Cal, if he made that phone call for real, do you think he was sitting there like put the phone down and was like,
probably. Mitch Barnhart hates
we're getting
Cal.
out of a $33 million buyout. We need a new voice in here because Big Blue Nation is breathing down my throat and wants me fired. And he just got out of a $33 million, have to pay him to bounce. He can go spend that on a new coach. Yeah, I know he was probably laughing. And then there's also reports now, like you got Matt Jones, you got, the Gabriel, what's his first name? The dude he's like the voice for Kentucky.
I have no idea.
Anyway, the point is he also put out some stuff and said basically he said that they are going to, this is what he posted and put out there. He's the UK Sports Network play-by-play dude. He said Kentucky's going to make Dan Hurley say no to him on multiple occasions, then reach out to Nate Oates.
Dick Gabriel.
Thank you, Dick Gabriel. I guess I forgot it because his name is Dick. Maybe. Just doesn't pop out in my head. Gabriel, though, Dick, that is, said that he's going to make Dan Hurley say no multiple occasions, then reach out to Nate Oates. Then they're going to Scott Drew, Todd Golden, or TJ Olsenberger. Now, Dan Hurley, I understand 100% making him say no. I get Nate Oates, too. Just went to a Final Four, shoot threes, get to the rim. Who knows? It could be interesting up there. Scott Drew, Baylor, totally understand it. TJ Golden, 38 years old, barely been at Florida for a while. He's ahead of TJ Olsenberger. That's kind of impressive. Now, Todd Golden is somebody I feel like Kentucky could definitely go get. I also think Scott Drew. I don't think TJ is leaving Iowa State. Do you?
No, probably not. But like you said, I don't think they have to get to that far down the list.
But Kentucky's going to go out there and do their thing, find who it is. But I'm saying Arkansas with Cal is going to be beautiful. But the question is what kind of kid are they going to bring in? Is Cal going to continue to bring in lottery talent, young, over to Arkansas? Or is he going to maybe go and take a different approach? Because Dan Hurley was talking about his approach and the type of players that he goes out there to get. And I thought it was fascinating. He says that when you're trying to recruit players, when you're looking for kids to come and play at your school, you don't want anybody that's what he calls a neon player. They have, if a neon player is somebody that's been on several different travel teams, have transferred to 4 or 5 different high schools. They tell on themselves because they drop little hints about things that you want them to give you. They have usually a bunch of handlers around them. He's like, you get the wrong kind of kid. You bring one wrong kid in your inner circle, and all the players around them that one kid can sink the program. He said, yeah, he goes after NBA talent, but he steers clear from all neon players because he says it only takes one to ruin them all. I think that's a genius philosophy. I think it's also he's blessed that he's at UConn and can demand that. And that program get the respect. I mean, again, let's not forget they lost their top 3 scorers from the first championship last year. Or they're not their first. They've had 6 since 99. But the most recent one, not the one the last year's. Lost their top 3 scorers, lost 5 of their top 8 scorers, bring in a new crew, and this team might have been even better. Share the basketball. Everybody, different star every night. They run their roles. They run one of the most sophisticated offenses I've ever seen. They run different sets. They run plays out of timeouts. They can play fast. They can play slow. They can play with their back to the basket. They can play up and down. He coaches the hell out of them. But he's also not just coaching the hell out of him. He's bringing the right kind of kid that can get coached hard. That's going to put the team before himself. That's the kind of guys you also want in the NBA. That's why he gets NBA talent. That's why he puts guys into the association as well. Is Cal going to get that type of caliber player? Is he going to get more guys that are pointing at the name on the back of their jersey? We'll find out. It's going to be fascinating, but I thought that was a trip, and it did make me think to myself about Penny. Because Penny brought in JQ. And look at the difference. I mean, you heard Nate Oates talking about how grateful he was to not have Javon Quinterly on his team. How he was so excited that he didn't have to motivate his point guard. Brings in a guy named Mark Sears. Did you see what that kid did? brought in a non-neon player. Penny had a few neon players. Malcolm Dandridge, for somebody who's not a highlight reel, he sure thought of himself as something special. He brought down that locker room. JQ was a very selfish player, brought down that locker room. You had more than just one neon player on the Tigers this year. Avoiding neon players is probably going to be the hardest thing to do in this era. It's going to be really difficult. I mean, hell, I can think of a lot of neon players that Penny has brought into this program.
Sure.
Like every year they have more than one. Dan Hurley says, I can't have one of them on my team because that one can sink the whole damn program. Cancer spreads. Negativity is contagious. People bitching about their role makes other people start thinking. People bitching about the way they're coached, about how the fans don't appreciate them, or they don't get this, or they don't get that. When you constantly are looking at the glass half empty, you don't realize it's half full, and you act a damn fool. And the program ends up having like a top 10 ranking and then completely falling off the freaking rails. So, man, I don't want any more neon players. Thank you, Dan Hurley. I think that was very insightful. It's going to be interesting to see what type of player Penny's bringing in for next year. And I got to give Penny credit in a lot of aspects. I mean, he is loyal to a fault.
Absolutely.
And he does love his kids, which is important. Cares for them. I mean, he has so many great qualities. But sometimes you just have to know that in order to create a team and help 15, sometimes you have to leave that one guy out or that other guy out. Maybe immensely talented, but it's for the betterment of the program and the team. A lot of neon players been through this program lately. A lot of neon players out there all over the country. Dan Hurley's UConn team didn't have any neon players. 2 years in a row they cut down the nets. And the boys in Vegas, by the way, did you see that they're already favored to win it next year?
Where'd you see that?
I mean,
at UConn? Oh, I saw them with the second best odds.
Well, the other day I looked at it. They had them number one.
Wow, maybe they're moving. Maybe people are are picking them already.
I was going to say I looked at
them
it
already,
and they were the number.
Wow,
but it was like the odds are still terrible though.
Sure. Well, I mean,
like
should be. It's the day after the draft,
Yeah,
or a couple days after the draft.
But the other thing I wanted to bring up, now that we've talked about our coaching, hell, let me know what you think. 901-360-8255, 901-360-8255. Hit me up at the Sissy's Log Cabin text and listener line. Life's too short for ordinary jewelry. Let me know what you think about the neon player situation, Memphis, Cal, Arkansas, whatever. Also want to know, what do you think about this? Did you see the numbers for the national championship game?
I did not, no.
Bro. Like, I don't know if it's because the time, like 8:20 or 9:20 Eastern is a pretty bad time to start, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that's terrible. Like, the game, like, I mean, 8:20 was annoying as hell for me. I couldn't imagine being on the East Coast at 9:20 at night. You're like, man, I got to work tomorrow. Game hadn't even started. Only 14.8 million people watched the national championship.
Wow.
Do you know how many people watched the women's national championship?
What was it, like 18?
18.9 million.
Wow.
The women outdrew the men by 4 million. Holy cow. That is, I mean, that's shocking. Like, I kind of hinted yesterday that it could happen. And then I got out there and I was like, man, I mean, 20 million people watched it. There were 20 million people. If 20 million people watch the girls on Sunday at 3 o'clock, 20 million people are going to tune in on Monday. Nope. The women outdrew the men. Do you think any of this also has to do with the fact that, one, Caitlin Clark is the craziest thing in the world, but also because people can gamble on these women's games now?
Sure, yeah.
Like, I got all up in some women's basketball. Remember, I went like 6 weeks where I was watching every dead gum women's game day on Sundays. and betting Sunday basketball on the women's, leaving the men's alone. Men was on Saturday, the women's was on Sunday. And Caitlin Clark is huge. I mean, I don't know. I almost fell over when I saw that. What's more, like, is it more of the fact that it was UConn and Purdue, and a lot of people didn't think Purdue had a chance? And UConn did it the year before. Everybody just expected to do them last year. Do you think it had more to do with the fact that the Caitlin Clark has become so iconic, and a lot of people who don't even care about sports had tuned in to watch her? Or do you think it could have had more effect of, like, a lot of people on the East Coast couldn't wait up till 9:20?
I mean, it could be a little bit of both. I certainly think a lot of people have been drawn to Caitlin Clark and who she is and what she's done this year. But also, I mean, you had one of the greatest big men we've seen in college basketball in a really long time going in that game. And so it is kind of troubling that you know, didn't have a great showing. And you'd already seen, there have been a lot of people talking about how good the ratings were in weeks prior for the NCAA tournament. So, yeah, maybe start time had something to do with it. But, you know, that's the thing of, like, you know, what are you going to do if you're the NCAA? I mean, I guess you got to stop having it on the West Coast, because you can't really start earlier for the West Coast than 8:20, because then it's Monday, 5 o'clock there, like, on traffic, a Monday. Yeah, I mean, that's almost impossible for those people. So maybe you just have to keep it on the East Coast and in the Central time zone, and then maybe once every 5 years or so go to one of these West Coast venues and just have that kind of one random late night start. I don't know how you do it, but certainly Monday night when you're playing in Arizona or Los Angeles or Vegas, somewhere like that, it's really hard to have a good start time where everyone can watch.
Man, I'm just still shocked that if you would have told me at the beginning of the year that the women's national championship game was going to outdraw the men's by 4 million people, I'd have told you that you have been smoking crack.
Yeah.
And that crack is whack.
That crack is whack. John, I have good news and I have bad news. Which would you like first?
Give me the bad news so you can knock me down, but then you're going to pick me right back up.
Perfect. We already have 2 runs scored in Dodgers and Twins. Both teams scored runs.
Well, we didn't bet on it
in their first inning. I know, but I know you were hoping that would.
You know what? Now I feel like I should have just bet the over the 9 and stopped being a baby.
Maybe.
I was thinking, though, that they were going to score more runs on the bullpens than they were on the starting pitchers.
Right. But Bobby Miller, you never know what kind of Bobby Miller you're going to get.
Yeah, he's young, man. Young guys, you never know.
Good news, Philly's already up 2-0 in the first inning.
That's the only one I bet on. Right. So, yeah. What's up with my Phillies, man? So, by the way, you really did knock me completely down.
You're welcome.
You just kind of, like, made me sad that I didn't just take over the 9.
How about that?
You said made me feel great for taking the Phillies, so thank you. I hope I make you laugh on the other side, because it's Hardwood on Sports 56 98.5 FM.
Join the voice of the Tigers, Dave Woloshin, for Wolo and Friends. Weekday mornings from 10 to 11, here on Sports 56 and 98.5 FM.
You can't say that.
But it's true.
You just made that up.
No, I didn't. You can get to any Central Barbecue location from anywhere in Memphis in 10 minutes, depending on traffic.
You made that up.
Try me.
Bartlett.
The Summer Avenue Central Barbecue.
Germantown.
Not Memphis, but the Poplar location.
South Memphis.
Downtown.
Olive Branch.
Again, not Memphis, but the South Haven Central Barbecue.
I still don't think you say you can get to there any of them in 10 minutes.
Well, that's why it's depending on traffic.
You've been having a good time at Mugshots Grill and Bar in Olive Branch. Soon you'll be having a good time at a brand new Mugshots. Mugshots Grill and Bar is opening their first Tennessee location at 656 West Poplar in Collierville, where you can try one of Mugshots' 19 specialty burgers, including the Mugshot Burger. Finish it in 12 minutes and it's free, plus you get a free t-shirt. So cheers to great food, good drinks, and fun company at Mugshots Grill and Bar, where you're always having a good time.
Hewlett & Dunn Boot and Clothing Company, we have it all. From handmade Amish leather belts, fine and casual clothing, boots, casual boots, work boots, fancy boots, and even safety-toed boots. Lots of cowboy hats to choose from, even Nebo lights, good-looking duck head dress shirts, duck head caps, shorts, and pants. Tons of jeans from Ariat, Wrangler, Devil Dog, and Kimes Ranch jeans. At Hewlett & Dunn, we have a great selection of Old South T-shirts and caps. Fine clothing from dress to casual to Sunday best. Enjoy choosing from UFO's orthopedic-approved shoes. Hewlett & Dunn Boot and Clothing Company. Boots of every size, every color, every skin. Great quality Western, work, and safety toe boots. Hewlett & Dunn Boots and Clothing Company. 111 North Center Street, Collierville. Hewlett & Dunn. Hewlett & Dunn, serving you and your family since 1961.
Is your home screaming for an upgrade? Listen closely because Choate's Air Conditioning, Heating, and Plumbing is about to make your day. First up, say goodbye to cold showers and hello to endless hot water with our tankless water heater upgrade. Not only does it save space and energy, but it also keeps the hot water flowing exactly when you need it. And here's the kicker. Switch from your old tank to a sleek, efficient tankless water heater now, and Choate's will hand you a $500 credit. Yep, you heard that right. $500 back in your pocket. But wait, there's more. Clogged drains are a hassle no homeowner wants to deal with. With Choate's special offer, get your drains cleared for just $93 or it's absolutely free. That's our guarantee to make it drain or you don't pay a dime. So why wait? Call Choate's today at 347-8086 or visit us online at choateshvac.com. And remember, Choate's, let our family serve your family.
Grizz Nation, get loud for your Memphis Grizzlies when they host LeBron James and the Los Angeles Lakers this Friday at 7 p.m. Don't miss this Western Conference showdown live at FedEx Forum. Get your tickets today at Grizzlies.com.
All the wisdom of the universe is in these bones.
Now back to Sports 56 Happy Hour on Sports 56 and 98.5 FM. Here once again, Johnny Radio.
Welcome back to a little Sports 56 Happy Hour. I'm your buddy Johnny Radio. I hope you're having a wonderful Wednesday. There's day baseball on. We're feeling good because everybody here's got the Phillies, baby. Phillies. They're up 2-0 currently.
Well, you have the Phillies.
Oh, you didn't take them?
No.
Oh, so you don't listen to my bets?
Well, I mean, if you said something that wasn't a team against the Cardinals, I'm not going to bet against my team.
Oh, okay.
It would be blasphemy.
Yeah, it would be bad, I guess. Oh, I get it.
How would I be able to wake up and look at myself in the mirror and call myself a fan?
Simply just be a fan with a little bit thicker wallet.
Well, I guess so.
Now, we have day baseball on, and I love watching baseball. And when I'm watching baseball, you know what I always think of? I think of hot dogs, man. I'm in the mood for a split dog. Have you ever had a split dog from Dyer's?
I've not, no.
Oh, my gosh. The split dog, they call them the split dog because they're 2 all-beef premium hot dogs, split down the middle, open-faced, and crisscrossed on a hamburger bun. You can get the split dog original, mustard, pickle, and onion. You can get the slaw dog, the New York-style dog with spicy brown mustard, sauteed onions, and a little sauerkraut. The Chicago-style dog, mustard, relish, peppers, tomatoes, and pickle. Or the one that I love is the chili cheese dog. Bro. Put that homemade chili, a little cheddar cheese on top of the split dog, hamburger bun. Get some onion rings to go with that bad boy. Man, you can get it not just downtown, but out in Collierville, Dyer's Historic Town Square. It's very, very easy to find. If you don't know where that is, just punch in 101 North Center Street in Collierville. It'll take you right there. They're open 10:30 a.m. to 9 p.m. every single day. You can call them to place a to-go order, 901-850-7750. You can go online to dyerscafe.com. You can look at their entire menu. You know they got the world-famous burgers, the split dog just with the baseball on that got me craving. When it's hot outside, I love going over there and getting me a milkshake. They serve it the old-fashioned way with the shaker tin. I'm telling you, check out Dyer's. They've been doing it the right way since 1912. Head on over to Collierville's Town Square and tell my buddy Mark I said what's up. Let's go to Hardinwood.
This is Access Hardinwood.
Bro, there's some crazy stuff going on out there in the world. Did you know Michael Porter Jr., for the defending champion Denver Nuggets, sharpshooter, three-point extraordinaire, had some knee surgeries, bro?
He did. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, man, lots of them. He'd probably be a superstar if he didn't have those issues.
That's right. And his brother has a gambling addiction.
No kidding?
Well, he got caught with they're doing that investigation because he had those games where he said he was too injured to play after playing, and that they noticed that there were a lot of people taking the unders on those games. That was the highest bet NBA prop those nights, that he played for 2 minutes and said he was injured and had to leave the game and not be able to return. That the unders on everything were coming in. So Jonte, they got after him.
Interesting. Did not even know that.
Former Grizzly Jonte Porter.
I mean, wow. Got to do my little research. Well, here's what I know about him. He does a podcast, okay? It's called Curious Mike.
All right.
And I think it's because his name's Michael.
Sure, why
and
not?
He's curious. Well, he's had some interesting guests. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, yep.
But do you know who his guest was? His latest guest this week, the last one he had, was Lana Rhoades.
Don't know if I'm familiar with her. Is she
we would call her a former...
Is she an artist or something?
She's a former adult entertainer.
Huh, makes movies and stuff.
Yes, naked.
Oh, I see.
Buck naked. I love the word naked.
It's a good word.
Naked
I like the word
doesn't
buck,
sound...
too.
I don't like naked. I
Put
like
them together.
Naked.
Buck naked.
Let's get naked. Better than naked. Let's get naked.
What about naked?
What? No, bro. That sounds like some Barney stuff, bro. No. Dude.
Imagine a first Tinder date.
Poor
and you're
Melinda.
you want to take this to the bedroom and get naked?
No, dude. She's leaving you right there. She's swiping. What is it? Swiping right on somebody else?
Is it left or right? I always get confused.
Know, man. Left, right,
up, down,
something like that.
I think you swipe up, you super like them.
Do they have that?
They do. They added that. Yeah. You can super like somebody.
Whoa. Man, I don't know if I would want to put myself out there on the super like, because then they might think you want a relationship, and this is more of a hookup app.
Yeah, it's you got to be.
If somebody's super like me, I'd be like, you know what? She might be a little nuts.
Might be.
Might be a little nuts. Well, anyway, back to Michael Porter Jr. I'm sorry. I don't know how we got off on that.
It was my fault.
The Curious Mike podcast had a former adult entertainer, Lana Rhoades, on there. Now, she said, shed some light on a few misconceptions surrounding her life, the challenges that women face that are in the industry.
Interesting.
How that they're looked on. And then she also talked about how she's dated a few NBA players.
Is she... Oh, wow, she's dated a couple NBA players.
She did, and you know what she said?
What?
She said NBA players have the most intense fetishes because normal things just don't do it for them anymore.
Interesting.
She said she doesn't like dating NBA players because one of them wanted to pee on her.
Gross.
Others did things I can't even bring up on the air.
Probably a good idea.
Yeah, I'm not. I don't want to. I want to still have a job. And by the way, I don't know about this, but can you believe an active player is bringing on a player? I mean, not a player, but a porn star.
She is a player.
She is a player. And they're talking about dudes that are still in the league. They didn't name names. And then he comes out and says he 100% believes it. He stated that he said straight men in the league have done so much, so many, have done so much stuff with pretty women that hell, they get bored. And that's why some of them have even gone to the tees. This was Michael Porter who said that. He basically just outright,
he just outed the entire league. I mean, what are you doing?
Saying, man, sometimes these dudes in the NBA get so tired of pretty women that they want to go with dudes dressed as women.
Well, no, that's not what he did. He outed his teammates because I don't know. I mean, I'm sure he's got good relationships with other guys in the league, but you're spending the most time, you're getting the most information with your teammates, And so he's outing his teammates as those activities.
Yeah, Lana Rhoades, by the way, she has a child with a NBA player.
Yeah. No.
Yes, she does.
But everyone thought it was Blake Griffin.
Fans believe it's either Blake Griffin or Kevin Durant.
But I don't think it was. I think we learned it was not.
We've learned it's not Blake Griffin's. But in 2021 when she had the child, everybody said it was either Blake Griffin's or Kevin Durant.
That's
so
right.
does the fingers now go straight to Kevin?
Maybe. I feel like we learned more about that like a month or two ago, but I don't remember.
We just learned that it wasn't.
Is that what we learned? I thought we learned it was somebody's. Never mind.
But anyway, she said that she would, like, outside of her baby daddy, the reason she only slept with, by the way, she only slept with her baby daddy in the NBA. She dated a couple other NBA players, and she didn't sleep with them because she said their fetishes were so intense and crazy that she was
Couldn't
like,
do it.
sorry, y'all, you are weird.
Wow.
Like, dude, she's a porn star. She says, you're freaky.
Wow.
That's kind of crazy. And then Michael Porter Jr. calling out. And basically, all I started thinking was like, damn, that's what's up with Dwight Howard.
I guess so.
Well, Lana called out the NBA. And then guess who else called out the NBA?
Who?
Oh, my goodness. Where did you go? There it is, Gilbert Arenas. I wanted to say it was Gilbert, but then I didn't want to screw up. Finally, my deadgum thing opened.
He's got a podcast, speaking of podcasts.
Well, he was on his podcast, and he made some very interesting comments about also NBA players. And Gilbert claims that he knows that the average NBA player probably spends about $60,000 a month on the women he sleeps with. Now, it's not one that he pays $60,000. He says it's usually like 3 of them that each get $20,000 a month. And like they're in different cities, and that's just, like they're not their wife or their girlfriend, but they're, spending about $60K a month on their side pieces. And then Gilbert goes on to say that it's not just about that. He says you have to understand, these aren't just girls that start dating him. He said, like, you don't hear about NBA players about sexual harassment claims, and that's because they deal with only go-get-it girls. And go-get-it girls are usually dealing with 4 to 5 NBA players at the same time, and that the NBA players know who all the go-get-it girls are.
Interesting.
And then they say they have different levels of go-get-it girls.
Interesting.
Like superstars, like the creme de la creme, Gilbert says they don't like their girls sleeping with anybody that's not also a superstar.
Interesting.
Like if you are sleeping with a bench player, the superstars will
Get
leave
out.
you.
Wow.
So there's levels to the go-get-it girls. Like you have the C level, which is bench players.
Okay.
You have the B level, which is players that are, contributing to a role. And then you have the A go-get-it girls who are 100% only with superstars. And I just have to say, this is crazy to me. Like, I don't know about you, but I don't want to be an Eskimo brother with the entire league. Like, Eskimo brothers is something that should happen organically. Like, you find out, like, oh, we're Eskimo brothers.
You're like hanging out one day, and you're like, yeah, you remember that girl I used to hang out with? And this one, I was like,
my God, yeah. Like, it's organic.
Sure. And then you're like, whoa, connection.
Yeah. But you don't sit there and be like, you know what? Hey, let me introduce you to my girl. We can be Eskimo brothers. You know what I'm saying? She takes $20,000 a month. That's it. She's going to keep a hush-hush with you and your girl and your family. And no sexual harassment charges. She's a go-get-it girl.
Interesting.
I didn't even know go-get-it girls existed.
John, you're teaching me something new.
Dude, these damn podcasts are teaching me new things all the time.
I guess so. The good thing of podcasts, I guess.
Yeah, it's pretty good. Don't you think?
I guess so. There's a lot of them. Take you forever to listen to all of them.
Yeah, that is true. Now, there's some very disturbing news out there.
Huh.
T-Sizzle, you remember Terrell Suggs?
Yo, absolutely.
Well, he's in a little bit of trouble.
Okay. I didn't see this. I have no idea what you're talking about.
My man was booked in Maricopa County on 2 charges. 1 count of assault, 1 count of an offense against public order. And he's in a little bit of trouble because, according to police records, T-Sizzle pulled out a gun and threatened somebody on March 10th.
Wow.
He's a big dude.
He is.
Like, I don't know if he needs a gun. I mean, I guess, you know what I'm saying? Like, if the other person had a gun, but I mean, it doesn't sound like it. But Terrell Suggs arrested in Arizona for going the bleep off. But that's not one of the wild things that I saw, because the guy who I know is crazy is Antonio Brown. I didn't know Antonio Brown did this. I just ran across this from the TMZ, you know? I love TMZ, by the way. You like TMZ?
I know it's your favorite.
It's the TMZ Sports is what the one I check out. But Antonio Brown does Cracker of the Day. Did you know that?
No, I do know that, yeah.
I did not know that. I think it's hilarious. So here's what he put on his X. He says, "We got a lot in common at Morgan Wallen." And then he put Morgan Wallen's mugshot up. And it says, "Cracker of the Day, hashtag CTESPN."
That's right.
Dude, that is pretty funny. And I didn't know he does a Cracker of the Day every day.
I don't think it's every day, but it's like every once in a while.
So who was one of his other Crackers of the day?
Jack Golke's been Cracker of the Day.
The guy for Oakland who beat Kentucky.
Yeah.
How apropos is that?
He's had a couple.
Because we talked Cal today in Kentucky and him going to Arkansas.
That's right. So look at us. We're in the know about Antonio Brown.
He says that he's got a lot in common with Morgan Wallen.
Well, why though? Did he didn't specify
he said
why?
Because they both crazy.
Oh, I see.
I mean, I'm starting to think Morgan Wallen is a little nuts, isn't he?
Yeah, I don't think
He's a big star though.
He's massive. He's like the biggest star in country music right now. I mean, one of the biggest stars in music in general. Oh
gosh, I forgot. I kind of forgot one thing. I forgot to say where he brandished the gun.
Oh yeah.
T-Sizzle went into a Starbucks through a drive-through when the incident happened.
Whoa, I
was
love
getting
Starbucks.
a coffee. Nothing looked like a trouble, and then a man gets out of a vehicle, and next thing you know, he pulls out a gun and basically tells him he's going to fill him full of holes.
Wow. How about that?
At a Starbucks. Like, who's getting into an argument at a Starbucks? Like, usually you're half asleep. You're trying to get your caffeine on, right?
That's right.
Like, you're like, what's up? Yeah, can I get a coffee?
And I mean, look, I've only dealt with the Starbucks here, but like every Starbucks employee that I've interacted with,
it's like super nice,
so friendly. They know that you need your caffeine, so I feel like they think they've got to be in a chipper mood so that you can be in a chipper mood to like start your morning or start your day. And so I would never think that would be the place that you go off and brandish a gun. How? Wow.
And the other reason, though, this is why it ties in with the Antonio Brown situation. Because the other man, the one who T-Sizzle pulled the gun on when the man started walking towards T-Sizzle's car, he said he was walking to his car to confront him and ask him why he called him a petty-ass cracker.
Cracker of the Day.
So, Cracker of the Day,
wow,
Cracker. We got a lot of crackers in there.
Interesting.
So, 2024 Word of the Year, it looks like?
Maybe. Was that way like Webster Dictionary does their like Word of the Year? And
what was last year's?
I don't remember. But I think maybe Cracker is this year's.
Well, we got
early nomination.
We got to take a quick timeout. We're going to come back, update you on how our baseball games are going, and then we're going to give you the last bets that we're going to place on the day. Don't touch the dial. Sports 56, 98.5 FM.
Broadcasting from the Family Leisure Studio, we are Sports 56 and 98.5 FM.
This is hard to believe, but the Hyundai Santa Fe is actually better. I know, that's crazy, isn't it? The 2024 Santa Fe is new, top to bottom, and even better than before. It's almost as big as the Palisade, so roomy, and now it's got a standard third row. Everybody's clamoring for that. And it's the best SUV when it comes to the ride than ever before. You know how with SUVs you love it because you're sitting high, but you don't get that luxury kind of ride like a sedan? You do with the 2024 Santa Fe. It's the best riding SUV ever, and it's quiet. It's the ultimate family car. All you've got to do to be sold is to test drive it. The people at Homer Skelton Hyundai are saying, Come try it. You'll love it. Homer Skelton Hyundai, right at the corner of Highway 78 and Craft Road. First exit in Mississippi. Go see the ultimate SUV, the 2024 Santa Fe.
Uncorn flavored Corky's barbecue.
Hi, this is Jimmy Stovall with Corky's Barbecue. We have been serving up our legendary barbecue for more than 39 years, right here in Memphis, Tennessee. Whether you're dining in, picking up in our drive-thru, or serving our famous barbecue at your office or home, with Corky's Party Pack, you are the hit of the party. Barbecue pulled pork, baked beans, coleslaw, barbecue sauce, and buns, starting at only $8.49 per person. And as you know, we send plenty of food. You never have to worry about running out with Corky.
Uncorn flavored Corky's barbecue.
Hi, this is Jimmy Stovall with Corky's Barbecue. We have been serving up our legendary barbecue for more than 39 years, right here in Memphis, Tennessee. Whether you're dining in, picking up in our drive-thru, or serving our famous barbecue at your office or home, with Corky's Party Pack, you are the hit of the party. Barbecue pulled pork, baked beans, coleslaw, barbecue sauce, and buns, starting at only $8.49 per person. And as you know, we send plenty of food. You never have to worry about running out with Corky.
We all hear the radio ads about the IRS. They tell you to be afraid, to be scared, and they try to frighten you into calling. I'm not here to do that. Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000, $50,000, or $500,000, we have a solution. It doesn't matter if you're sitting in your car, at work, or with your kids. No matter where you are, call now. 800-583-5795. Don't lose hope. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS. There is zero risk to you. If we can't reduce your tax debt, then you pay nothing. Our passion is taxes and helping individuals fix their IRS problems. We have a 5-star rating on Google and an A+ with the Better Business Bureau. You don't need to be afraid of the IRS any longer. End your tax nightmare today by visiting us online at TRA.com or call 800-583-5795. That's 800-583-5795. Tax Relief Advocates. Real solutions for real people.
Are you aware? It's patio season. Family Leisure sure is. That's why they have factory direct pricing on swimming pools, spas, and even, yes, patio furniture. Yes, sir, it's indeed patio season. So come by Family Leisure and check out all the brand new 2024 patio furniture sets. And with patio season here, you know that pool season will be here before you even know it. So buy now to get in line for your pool installation and get pre-season pricing. Plus, you could save $1,000, $2,000, $3,000, even up to $5,000 on all spas and swim spas. Family Leisure has got special pricing on all in-stock saunas, theater seating, pool tables, and even outdoor kitchens. I love it when it's patio season because of all the fantastic deals that Family Leisure makes available just for you. Family Leisure, Whitten Road at I-40, where family and fun come together.
The only power source capable of generating 1.21 gigawatts of electricity is a bolt of lightning.
Now, back to Sports 56 Happy Hour on Sports 56 and 98.5 FM. Here once again, Johnny Radio.
Welcome back to a little Sports 56 Happy Hour. I'm your buddy Johnny Radio, hanging out with Brian Dacus. It's been a beautiful, busy show. I think we've had a lot of fun. Very, very proud. We talked a lot about Arkansas, Cal, Kentucky, Neon players, Dan Hurley, Penny. Had a little basketball. Talked some baseball, too, man. Gave you all the top 6 players under 25. 3 of them have already had pretty damn good starts to their MLB career. One starting today in Jackson Holiday. Got teammates in Gunnar Henderson and Jackson Holiday. Some good young players, but we have baseball going on right now. Dodgers and Twins still 1-1, middle of the third. Phillies and the Cardinals. Cardinals have scored, dadgummit. Now it's not 2-0. It's 2-1.
2-1.
Now you're rooting for the Cardinals. I'm rooting for the Phillies. And all the people out there that listen to me took the Phillies minus the 130. This afternoon, though, we have some decent baseball games that you can look at and possibly think of plays. I'm telling you right now, though, stay away from the NBA. I have no idea what to touch in the NBA at all. I do know that the San Diego Padres and the Cubs have had some weird stuff going on lately. Have you watched any of their action?
Yeah, well, I was watching the game, 2 nights ago? It was going on during the national championship game, and the Cubs were up like 8-0, and so I just stopped watching it. And then the next morning, my buddy texted me.
They lost 9-8.
And was like, yeah, he texted me. He was like, dude, the Cubs lost last night. I was like, you're kidding. And he was like, no. And I looked it up, and it's crazy.
It was nuts. But then you have yesterday, like all of a sudden, you're sitting there thinking to yourself, man, the Padres who've had Yu Darvish on the bump. He's been phenomenal to start the season, right?
Yeah.
Padres big favorite. Cubs bust him open.
Yeah, crazy.
They beat up the Padres 5-1. Well, they're playing again today. And I'm going to tell you something. You know who I like? I like the Cubs.
Okay.
The Cubs lost that first one after going up 8-0. I don't know how the Padres escaped with that 9-8 victory, to be honest with you. Again, it was 5-1 yesterday. They're the better hitting team. Like, Dylan Cease is going to be on the mound. It's his third start coming over from the White Sox. He's pitched well. But I'm telling you, I can't imagine Hendricks continuing to struggle. I think the Cubs plus the 130 is a great value. This is a team that's hitting the cover off the baseball. And I don't know what it is about the Padres. I just don't like them. I don't think they have a great bullpen. I don't think their lineup's constructed very well. I don't know, man. I just think that plus 130, you got to jump on the Cubbies. That's 5:40 first pitch from Petco Park. Hopefully our Phillies are going to hold on for us. I'm looking forward to it. I'm also looking forward to watching the Orioles tonight against the Red Sox. I don't know what I'm going to do with the game. Probably a little in-game baseball because I do want to see Jackson Holliday's debut. I hope y'all have a wonderful hump day. For Dacus, I'm John. Get out there, make the world a better place. We'll see you on the flip side. Peace.
Yo, Mark, long time